tab that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repair. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repair. Yes, you heard that correct. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repair. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-676-5919 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-676-5919. That's 800-676-5919. What do you have to lose? Call 800-676-5919. Again, 800-676-5919.
With Nissan 238 now, 1010 wins your entertainment. Goodbye to the Flash. The CW says its DC Comics superhero drama will end with its upcoming and abbreviated 9th season. 13 new episodes are coming down the pipe, with production scheduled to begin next month. Atheists may be taking the stage while doing mandatory military service. South Korea's defense minister says K-pop superstars may be allowed to practice and perform overseas, even if they are serving. Here's Brian getting an assist from a former quarterback at the CMAs. Brian and Peyton Manning will co-host the 56th annual award show honoring country music's best. Wednesdays on 2:39.
Feeling old and decrepit because of knee arthritis pain? Taking pain meds like they're candy? Giving up everyday activities as your pain worsens? Looking down a barrel of major knee replacement? Left untreated, arthritis can eat away at the joint, slowly becoming bone on bone. If you've tried pain meds, cortisone, physical therapy, or vitamins without relief, you may be a candidate for the NYC Pain MD program. NYC Pain MD's doctors combine precision digital imaging with natural FDA-approved arthritis formulas, nerve blocks, even stem cells to turn your pain off and rejuvenate your knees. After treatment, you'll leave with nothing but a 1-inch Band-Aid. No surgery, no hospital, no toxic meds. Many pain sufferers are now able to walk, bend, climb stairs, even play golf or tennis. Many insurances, including Original Medicare, may cover these advanced treatments. Call today for a no-cost screening appointment. Call 800-600-KNEE. That's 800-600-5633. 800-600-KNEE.
The station you know, the people you trust. 1010 wins.
The news watch never stops. This is 1010 wins. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. 71 degrees at 2:40. I'm Lori Madden, and here's what's happening. 3 people are injured during a transformer fire near the National Tennis Center in Queens. A new lawsuit filed against the city's outdoor dining program. Mayor Adams supports that program, but says it might be in for some revisions. 1010 Wind reporter Julia Papa with the details coming up. NYCHA residents asked to weigh in on a new survey about their living circumstances as part of the city controller's audit. 3 batches of banana boat sunscreen spray recalled due to traces of benzene. The Empire State Building lights up in tie-dye tonight on what would have been Jerry Garcia's 80th birthday. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 1010 winds AccuWeather says partly cloudy with some late-night fog, low 71 degrees this evening. Partly sunny and hot tomorrow, high 90. Wednesday's on 2:41. Time for traffic and transit with Greg Rice.
Now, Lori, yet again, all lanes have been reopened on the Cross Bronx near Webster Avenue. You had a crash block 2 lanes, and then everything was reopened, and then the fire department blocked the lane, but now they're gone. So the eastbound Cross Bronx at Webster Avenue, everything now moves. But at what cost? Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. It's going to cost you about an hour on the inbound upper level of the George, 45 to 60 on the inbound lower because of all of that earlier trouble on the Cross Bronx. Northbound and west side, the eastbound getting you out of town. Southbound Deacon's your runner-up, and that's slow from Fordham Road. Lincoln's about 15 minutes in. Outbound, no more than 10. Holland, about 20 on the outbound ride. Inbound Holland, no more than 10 minutes. Bronx down to Whitestone, starting to load up. Throsneck construction's done. It's better either way. Citybound Midtown Tunnel, bit of a mess. Northbound FDR loading up to the Queensboro with a stall. That's got you at a crawl from Waterside Plaza. Staten Island Expressway, here we go. The westbound mess from the Verrazano all the way out past the MLK because of the earlier construction and now the ensuing rush hour. Traffic. Next report at 2:51. I'm Greg Rice on 1010 Winds.
We have an update to a story we've been telling you about this hour on 1010 Winds. 3 workers suffered minor injuries as a result of a transformer fire in Flushing. This happened this afternoon right near the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center at Shea and Meridian Roads. Another lawsuit is looking to end the city's outdoor dining program. And while Mayor Adams says he supports the program, he also says the city needs to take a look at possible changes going forward. 1010 Winds reporter Julia Papa with the details. Mayor Adams says it's vital for restaurants to survive and thrive.
Whatever I can do to help our restaurant industry that employs dishwashers, waiters, busboys and girls. This is an important industry, and it is an indicator of our city.
He supports the outdoor dining program, but the latest lawsuit is putting a crimp in an effort to make it permanent. It says the structures have generated rat infestations, garbage storage, and locations for homeless and drug use. The mayor admits there needs to be uniform standards, and some structures need to be modified and less permanent. Juliet Papa, 1010 Winds News. Winds News on 243. If you live in a NYCHA complex, the city controller wants to hear from you. Controller Brad Lander's office is doing an audit, and he wants to hear about your concerns and issues. He spoke to Newsline today.
We're going to follow up with them. We're going to prioritize our audits based on what we hear from them, but we're also going to ask them for feedback as we actually undertake the audits, as we develop the recommendations.
One of the many issues at NYCHA complexes is the state of the playground. A report by the city says nearly 100 NYCHA playgrounds have been closed due to safety concerns, some due to lack of repairs and old, decrepit equipment, others because of crime, particularly drug dealing. Mayor Adams was asked about that today.
We're going to do an analysis of every playground that's closed. I'm going to find out why, and we're going to get a timetable on when they're going to be open. But I'll tell you this, there won't be a playground closed because there's illegal activity. We're going to fix the illegal activity.
If you are a NYCHA resident and you want to weigh in on the audit, you can find the online survey at the city controller's site. Winds News Time 2:45. An investigation is underway in Mineola after a 39-year-old woman was found dead in her apartment.
The police had gone to the victim's 5th floor apartment for a wellness check, and that's when they found her dead. She had been shot. She lived in the Allure Mineola, which is a luxury building, and she worked for the management company. Residents of the building found it hard to understand because they said the victim was well liked by just about everybody. Maria, who lived in the building, called the victim sweet, but said she did have some problems.
She had complained to some people about her boyfriend being very jealous, but nobody thought anything, like that.
The police have not released the victim's name, and there's been no arrest, nor any details about a possible motive. Carol Dioria, 1010 Winds on Old Country Road in Mineola.
A little boy and his father wound up in the hospital with severe burns after a playground brawl erupted in Bushwick. 1010 Winds reporter Roger Stern with more.
Police say Felisa Del Toro was upset when her son was hit in the head with a soccer ball next to Heckshear Playground. That led to a fight during which she allegedly knocked over a pot of boiling grease. The hot oil burned the boy on his back and arms. His father was burned on a foot. The burns not life-threatening. In addition, a 15-year-old child went to the hospital for minor injuries after being hit in the head. The 36-year-old mother faces 3 counts of assault and 3 counts of reckless endangerment. Roger Stern, 1010 Winds News.
Winds News on 246. Today may not have been the best beach day, but before you head to the beach this week, a popular sunscreen has been recalled. We'll have that story next.
Hey everyone, it's Kenny Mayne, the host of Hey Maine, the Kenny Mayne Talks to Famous People podcast. Made a list of people we thought would say yes, and most of them did. Not going to call out the others who didn't. Actually, what the others do mainly is don't answer. So not really saying no. So really, our potential audience for guests and for listening audience is the whole planet. No one really has said no. So we want you to find it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
At Metro by T-Mobile, you can save more now that you need it the most. Get one line of unlimited 5G for just $40, period. Taxes and fees included. That's the lowest price in prepaid. Plus, choose from the largest selection of free 5G phones from brands you love, like Samsung. Switch now and save more. Only at Metro. If congested, the fraction of users greater than 35 gigabytes per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus T-Mobile due to prioritization. Video streams in SD requires eligible port-in. See store for details.
This is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup sound experiment. We're looking to find the perfect way to hear Reese's so you'll buy more of them. Here we go. Reese's. 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 Hey, get out of here, you little stinker. Reese's. 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 Peanut Butter Cups. That breathy one sounded very creepy, am I right?
Tide presents Laundry Truth, Cold Hard Savings.
Oh, hey, about to start a load. On hot? You know, washing in cold water with Tide can save you up to $150 a year on your energy bill. $150? Go on. The lower the temp, the lower your bills. Simple. Plus, Tide Pods are designed for a powerful clean, even in cold. Wow, cool tip. Get it? Oh yeah, I get it.
Turn to cold and save with Tide. Energy savings based on average from switching from hot to cold and non-AC machines.
Wins News Time 248. The company that owns Banana Boat Sunscreen has issued a voluntary nationwide recall after benzene was found in 3 batches of the product. The Edgewell Personal Care Company says the recall is for batches of Banana Boat Hair and Scalp Sunscreen Spray SPF 30, which is packaged in aerosol cans. The company says an internal review detected trace levels of benzene caused by the propellant that distributes product in that packaging. According to the CDC, benzene is a flammable, colorless liquid that can cause certain blood cancers, including leukemia. Wins News Time 249. An update today on President Biden's rebound case of COVID.
The isolation continues as the president is still testing positive, though his doctor says he's feeling well. Mr. Biden was supposed to be at his home in Delaware today, and he was set to travel to Michigan tomorrow. But the continued uncertainty over when the president will finally clear the virus has led to a bit of scheduling paralysis. Aides to the First Lady say Dr. Biden continues testing negative. She remains in Delaware and was last with the president on July 20th.
Correspondent Stephen Portnoy. The California tree that has been called the tallest living tree in the world is now off limits to visitors, who risk a $5,000 fine if they try getting up close and personal with the tree. California's Redwood National Park says that fine could also come with up to 6 months in jail. The coast redwood tree, dubbed Hyperion, is deep in the park. There are no trails leading to it. It has faced serious environmental degradation from thrill seekers who have been visiting since 2006. Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones has put his InfoWars media outlet into bankruptcy while a Texas jury considers how much he'll have to pay families of the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre.
That suit filed by the parents of 6-year-old Jesse Lewis is the first of 3 involving Sandy Hook families. Attorneys for Alex Jones, possibly anticipating hefty jury awards, have filed for bankruptcy protection for his main company, Free Speech Systems. That may not have an impact on the current trial in Austin, but could put the brakes on future lawsuits.
Correspondent Jim Ryan. Jones lost 4 defamation suits to the families. If you're trucking within distance of the New York City skyline tonight, you won't need to be miracled for a certain site. That story's coming up after traffic and weather in just a moment. Wins News Time 251. Time for traffic and transit now with Greg Rice.
Well, Lord, we've got trouble on the east side of town. Northbound FDR, it's a breakdown just north of the Queensboro Bridge. You got a mess going back past Waterside Plaza. Southbound FDR starting to slow from Gracie right on down towards the UN. So if you can go to the west side instead, you should. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Citybound George, at this point, it's a lost cause. 60 on the upper, 45 on the lower. Earlier wreck on the eastbound Cross Bronx over at Webster Avenue. It is off to the shoulder, but still causing some issues. Southbound Deegan slows from Fordham Road. Northbound West Side sluggish from the 150s. And those are the best you do getting out of town. Lincoln Tunnel's about 15 to 20 in, 10 to 15 out. Holland about 15 minutes in either direction. Northbound Whitestone Expressway to the Bronx bound Whitestone Bridge a bit bunched up. Citybound Midtown Tunnel. Brooklyn Brooklyn bound Brooklyn Bridge, they all continue to crawl. The bridges to and from Staten Island are fine, but westbound expressway, a mess from the Verrazano over to the West Shore Expressway. Garden State Parkway southbound, there's a crash near exit 150 in Bloomfield, loading you up from Route 3 on down. Route 21, if you can, you should. It's better. I'm Greg Rice, our next report at 3:01 on 1010 Winds.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here is meteorologist Brian Thompson.
Well, Lori, a lot of clouds still around much of the area right now. We'll see those clouds break somewhat here through the rest of the afternoon into tonight. It is going to be sticky tonight with areas of fog developing. Temperatures not really dropping much, only down to about 71 tonight. It's going to be a hot and humid day tomorrow as it turns out partly sunny. Can't rule out an afternoon thunderstorm, a high close to 90. Active with the real field temperatures will be in the upper 90s. Mainly cleared tomorrow night, low 74. Then mostly sunny, a very warm day on Wednesday, but not as humid. High Wednesday up to about 88. It is going to turn hot and humid, though, into Thursday. A good deal of sunshine, high 94. Real field temps over 100 at times in the afternoon. Good news is this will be a pretty brief round of heat. The temperatures will be coming down into Friday and Saturday back into the 80s. Still humid with more clouds and sun, and there will be a couple of thunderstorms around both days. 71 degrees right now. It's cloudy in Central Park. Humidity 90%, and the wind is variable at 5. Repeated the current temperature 71, and will hold nearly steady tonight in Midtown. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station 1010 Winds.
Wednesday's time, 2:53. The light shining off the Empire State Building tonight will come in a multitude of colors. Tie-dyed, in fact. Today would have been Jerry Garcia's 80th birthday. The Grateful Dead singer and guitarist died in 1995. And the city's iconic skyscraper is getting into the act with a tie-dyed Empire State Building. Also today, the Jerry Garcia Archive is launching online in partnership with the Jerry Garcia Foundation. Wednesday's time, 2:54. Elon Musk's father, who has 2 kids with his own stepdaughter, says Elon, not one of his favorite kids.
Elon Musk's father, Errol, tells an Australian radio show it's not his Tesla founder son who's the apple of his eye, but his younger brother.
Although he doesn't have a single billion, the 1 billion. He's my pride and joy, Kimball.
Kimball Musk operates the Kitchen Restaurant Group in the U.S. His 76-year-old dad downplayed his eldest's success on Australia's Kiss FM and took a swipe at those photos showing Elon shirtless on a boat in Greece. Errol says he owns a Bentley, a Rolls, and a Mercedes, but not a Tesla. He's fathered 9 children with 4 different women, including 2 with his 34-year-old stepdaughter.
Correspondent Deborah Rodriguez. 71 degrees now, cloudy. Winds and east on 255.
Make your money go further and work harder with a certified financial planner from Facet Wealth. Inflation, interest rates, stock market changes, home prices. Every advisor at Facet is a certified financial planner and fiduciary, and they're legally bound to do what's in your best interest. Facet has a simple flat fee. There are no commissions. Call 888-598-3893 for 2 months free off your first year of financial planning. That's 888-598-3893. Try FacetWealth.com. Facet Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice.
The following is a commercial announcement.
Your local radio stations are here for you. No subscriptions or monthly fees necessary. We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need, and the music you love. But if the foreign-owned record labels get their way, it could stop the music. They want Congress to force radio stations to pay them more money, simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text LOCAL to 52886 and tell Congress to protect local radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Wednesday's time, 2:56. Now, Bloomberg Money Watch. Here's Andrew O'Day.
Apple, Verizon, Microsoft, the owner of Google, and the owner of Facebook are among nearly 80 companies stepping into the conversation over affirmative action. The firms have filed an amicus brief with the Supreme Court supporting affirmative action programs being challenged at Harvard and the University of North Carolina. The cases are the first on affirmative action to come before the justices since conservatives gained a 6-3 Supreme Court majority. U.S. airlines have been striking flights from schedules rather than risking more flight delays and cancellations from staffing shortages and bad weather. British Airways has been doing that too, but today it announced an additional step. It has stopped selling tickets on some flights out of London's Heathrow Airport, so it will have space to rebook passengers who've been affected by the travel disruptions. If August 1st day is a foreshadowing of Wall Street for the rest of this month, it's going to be quite a ride. We started lower, then moved higher, then moved lower again. Right now the Dow is down 6, S&P 500 also down 6, NASDAQ has just turned positive by 1. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. Amanda Rode for 1010 Wins.
Wednesday's time, 2:57.
With Optimum, you can get closer with our fastest fiber internet and go farther with speeds up to 5 gig. You can go from going live to going viral. Or go from jamming together to headlining together. Or go from gamer to champion gamer. Or even from wannabe chef to professional chef. Get the fastest internet in the tri-state with 99.9% reliability. Combine Optimum Fiber with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, and your future is only a connection away. Sign up at Optimum.com or call 888-4-OPTIMUM today. Get closer, go farther.
Home health aides. Looking for a new opportunity that gives you benefits and pay you deserve? Signature Care, a licensed home care agency, has immediate openings for home health aides. Signature Care is offering a $1,500 sign-up bonus for all professional home health aides not currently working for any agency. No certificate, no experience, no problem. Anyone looking for a career and has no experience as a home health aide is welcome to join the Signature Care team. Call now, 718-435-2444. All training will be provided by Signature Care, and you'll be eligible for the $1,500 sign-on bonus. Bilingual home health aides will receive additional compensation. And when you refer a home health aide who's not currently employed, you'll receive $250 for each referral after the aide completes 5 shifts. To learn more, call now, 718-435-2444. That's 718-435-2444, or visit signaturecareny.com.
WINS, WNEWHD3 New York.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. 1010 Winds AccuWeather says partly to mostly cloudy tonight and humid. We'll see some fog rolling in parts. Low 71 degrees here in town. Tomorrow, turning partly sunny, hot and humid. We might see an afternoon thunderstorm pop up. High 90, but those real feels will be inching into the upper 90s. Tomorrow, clear and warm. Low 74. Wednesday, sunny, very warm. Not as humid. High 88. Right now, it is 71 degrees. More people get their news from 1010 Winds than from any other radio station in the nation. Tanya Mercado is our service aide. Carol Noonan's writing. Kyle McMorrow at the editor's desk. I'm Lori Madden.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Winds, New York.
Good afternoon, 71 degrees and cloudy skies. At 3 o'clock, I'm Larry Mullins, and here's what's happening. We don't like what's off the menu at outside restaurants. That's the gist of a lawsuit against the city over those outdoor dining options which went into play earlier this year. Concerns about rodents and other sidebar additives now on a court docket. We'll have details. Also today, New Jersey motorists who crossed the Hackensack happy to know work has officially started on that new Portal Bridge to replace it. It's been talked about for years. Today, Governor Phil Murphy made it a real thing. Help for asylum seekers in New York, citing a rise in asylum seekers. Mayor Adams announcing an emergency procurement declaration. It'll work with agencies and businesses to help streamline things. Translation, cut out the red tape. More than 100 trespassing citations handed out in New Jersey after police say they caught dozens of people at a private mineral quarry. It follows months of noise and rowdy behavior complaints. And the Knicks on the hook with the NBA investigating concerns that the team started talking with a star player on another team before you were allowed to legally do that. We'll tell you who that player is and what's at stake. So far, things are starting to look up on Wall Street. The Dow has been sinking all day. Now, all of a sudden, we have signs of life. Details coming up in Money Watch. And AccuWeather, this is cloudy and sticky with a sprinkle or two and a high of 79 degrees. West News Time 301 from the Traffic Center now. Here's Greg Rice.
Now, getting you home out of Queens, here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. Eastbound LIE looks like the repair work near Searingtown Road is gone, but now a whole lot of traffic on the eastbound LIE that doesn't quit until you get past Willis Avenue. It's not perfect, but if you're not in the truck, it's better on the eastbound Northern. Southern State's still not awful, just starting it slow from Eagle Avenue all the way to the Seaford Oyster Bay. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels because of earlier issues and ongoing ones. 45 to 60 on the upper 30 to 45 on the inbound lower at the George. Northbound west side and southbound Deegan, not saying they're perfect, but everything else is worse. Lincoln's about 20 minutes in, outbound 10 to 15. Holland Tunnel's about 15 minutes in either direction. Jersey problems? Yeah, southbound Garden State Parkway coming down towards exit 150 with that wreck loading you up from Route 3. You got the car fire on 80 eastbound in Wayne, your exit 53 making a mess in either direction, so stay with Route 46 instead. Traffic is sponsored by Jack Pocket. Jack Pocket lets you play official state lottery games on your phone. Use code RADIO for a free Mega Millions or Powerball ticket. Must be 18 or older to play. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Please visit jackpocket.com/TOS for full terms of service. I'm Greg Rice on 1010 Wings.
Thank you, Greg. A little cooler than what we've been getting here lately, but I dare you to sport your new linen outfit to work tomorrow. They'll send you home for showing your polka dot underwear once the heat and humidity shines through. We're talking real feels that could approach 100 degrees. AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson here now with the forecast and other fashion tips. Brian?
Yeah, Larry, it's not going to be a repeat of the long heat wave we had a couple of weeks back, but we are going to see the temperatures start to come up. It's certainly not the case this afternoon. Temperatures only in the low to mid-70s with a lot of clouds around, but we'll be up closer to 90 tomorrow. The humidity is going to remain pretty high. It's going to push real field temperatures into the mid and upper 90s into the afternoon. We'll get a break Wednesday. The humidity will be lower. Highs will be in the 80s, and then it does look like we'll see temperatures surge again on Thursday. And it's going to turn more humid, too. Highs will get well into the 90s Thursday. Real feels could top 100 Thursday afternoon, but then temperatures come down again back to the 80s for Friday and the weekend. Larry?
Thank you, Brian. The pandemic turned all our restaurants into outdoor eating establishments, right? And all of a sudden, dining in the Big Apple looks like an evening in Paris on the sidewalk. But a lawsuit says the smell, the rodents, and the traffic which followed makes it more like dinner with Porky Pig. Julia Papa with the suit which aims to shut it all down. And the mayor's reaction.
Mayor Adams supports a permanent outdoor dining program.
I believe it was a lifeline for the restaurant industry.
He was responding to questions about a recent lawsuit looking to get rid of the structures, saying they've brought on rats, garbage, and gathering homeless. His Honor admits there's room for improvement.
And I think there's a way to modify, to standardize what the structure should look like.
Sources say the goal is to have less fixed and more flexible outdoor dining setups. Julia Papa, 1010 Wins News.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out in court and whether or not it will be shut down. The mayor says it's kind of nice, and people have said it's kind of nice to have outdoor dining, but as the mayor said, it does have to be regulated to the point where it doesn't become a nuisance. So we will follow that. We will keep you posted. Now to the monkeypox. And pardon the pun, Mayor Adams says there's no time to monkey around with it for sure. We need to do something to protect the city. And today, he declared a state of emergency in the city because of the growing monkeypox outbreak. That means the mayor can suspend local laws and enact new rules to protect the public, like a page right out of the COVID pandemic handbook, right, if there was one. The mayor saying he'll do whatever it takes, and defending the job the city's done up to this point. Officials have come under attack for not getting out in front of the outbreak and not getting vaccines to those who needed them.
We were receiving less than we deserved in vaccines. We advocated, we utilized our direct communication with the White House to get more. We navigated the challenges of, the public groups who put up our website.
About 80,000 vaccine doses are headed to New York City from the federal government. Officials said as many as 150,000 city residents could be at risk of infection. The state of emergency order, which is expected to remain in effect for about a month or so, also clears the way for the city to get more funding. Well, after years of delays, work has finally gotten underway today to replace an old rail bridge over the Hackensack River that's been causing chaos for commuters for years.
The 112-year-old Portal Bridge will soon be knocked down in its place by 2026. The new one, 50 feet over the Hackensack River, that eliminate this major issue that causes the commuter nightmare with the bridge opening and getting stuck so that barges and boats can pass through. Won't have to do that anymore. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg on hand for the groundbreaking.
This project turns the Portal North Bridge from a choke point to an access point. It modernizes the way that people and goods get to and from this region.
The cost, a lot, at least $2 billion split between Jersey and the feds. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, in New Jersey.
Well, Glenn say the cost a lot. Yeah, I'll say. AccuWeather is partly to mostly cloudy and sticky. Areas of fog developing later on. We'll get to a low of 71 tonight. Tomorrow it'll turn out partly sunny. Be hot and humid, though, with an afternoon thunderstorm coming through. We'll get a high of 90 degrees. And then tomorrow night, mainly clear with a low of 74. Very warm on Wednesday. Not quite as humid, though, with the high of 88. We are at 71 degrees right now under cloudy skies. Wednesday news time 3:07. Well, the city moving to do more to deal with the recent rise in asylum seekers. Today, Mayor Adams announced an emergency procurement declaration. In simple terms, it allows the city to cut through some of the usual red tape in order to negotiate a contract with shelter and service providers. New York City Comptroller Brad Lander speaking with 1010 Wins.
We agree that it is an appropriate area for emergency procurement. Normally, city procurement goes through a pretty slow and long process. We're trying to make some changes to make procurement more efficient in general.
Yeah, the city's seen about a 10% spike in asylum seekers looking for shelter since late May. Some say people are being shipped off to here from border states like Texas and Arizona. Legally, the city's supposed to find a safe place for families within a day, which it has struggled to do, despite the strain on resources. So the mayor says New York will always welcome newcomers with open arms. Hundreds of people in New Jersey caught where they shouldn't have been over the weekend. Police handed out hundreds of summonses to people who were trespassing at Heritage Minerals Lake in Manchester. It was once a quarry. It closed in the 80s and then kind of, became a local hangout where people got together and, talk, set up shop, whatever. Well, the new owners want that stopped for good. Police said everybody should obey the no trespassing signs posted at the site. They handed out 131 summonses, but they say at least 200 people have been going through there. Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has been suspended for 6 games following sexual misconduct accusations.
At minimum, a disciplinary officer said Deshaun Watson engaged in sexualized conduct during practice. And while he denied wrongdoing, she said Watson acted with a reckless disregard for the consequences of his actions. The 6-game no-pay suspension is well below what the NFL sought, but it represents the most significant punishment ever imposed on an NFL player for allegations of non-violent sexual conduct. Watson must also limit his massage therapy for the rest of his career. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Alleged misconduct. Did you hear about the Knicks? Yeah, they're on the hook with the NBA, concerned that they might have been talking to a star player on another team before you were allowed to do that before the season ends. We'll have details in just a few minutes. Wins News Time, 3:09.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Granger is with you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
And now this message, old car giving you problems? Why not donate it? Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS today. Wednesday News Time 3:10. Traffic and AccuWeather just ahead.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Wednesday News Time. on 311 now. From the traffic center, here is Greg Rice.
Now, tough ride right now through Brooklyn. Eastbound BQE getting up to the Brooklyn Bridge. You got a wreck knocking out the right lane right as you get to that long-term pattern. So a bad ride gets worse on the inbound Gowanus from the Belt Merge up to the Brooklyn Bridge. Westbound, a usual crawl from McGinnis Boulevard back to the Brooklyn Bridge. Rush hour not off to a good start in Queens. Eastbound Long Island Expressway before Woodhaven and Queens Boulevard. Fire department's working on a wreck in the right lane. You're loaded from the BQE, and it's not like it's perfect from there the rest of the way home. Pretty much from 108th Street all the way to Willis Avenue in Queens. The eastbound LIE is just crawling along. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Outer Bridge, Jersey bound, you got a stall in the right lane. Goethals to the southbound Turnpike. That'll get you down to Woodbridge in better shape. Citybound George, 60 on the upper, 30 to 45 on the lower. Northbound and west side, Lee's bad getting out. Lincoln, it's about 15 to 20 in, 10 to 15 out. Holland is about 10 to 15 minutes either way. Traffic is sponsored by Amtrak. Avoid the hassles of travel when you ride Amtrak. Long lines, nope. Airplane mode, forget about it. Middle seats, never heard of them. Get to your destination the relaxing and easy way. Stress-free summer just an Amtrak away. Book now at Amtrak.com. I'm Greg Rice on 1010 Winds.
Gregory, and now your 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Meteorologist Brian Thompson now with this live report. Brian?
Yeah, Larry, it's still pretty cloudy across much of the area, but we will see some breaks in the clouds here as we head through the rest of the afternoon. We'll have a partly to mostly cloudy sky into tonight. It's going to be a muggy night ahead. It's pretty muggy right now. It has not been warm by any stretch this afternoon. Temperatures have been stuck in the 70s with the clouds around, but definitely a muggy feel to the air. That's going to persist through tonight. So some areas of fog. Temperatures not that much lower than where they are right now, which is about 71 for a low tonight. Turning out partly sunny, hot and humid tomorrow. We can't rely on an afternoon thunderstorm as a cold front approach.